at the final little part of our lesson here, right? Navigation drop-downs. Remember, we saw all those little navigation links at the top. In fact, I threw a little with some images here in tips and tricks, right? Too many menu options, right? When you get a whole bunch of them across the screen, wouldn't it be nice to start doing this kind of thing? Well, fortunately, that's what we can use uh, nav tab drop downs, right? Bootstrap drop downs. And that's exactly what we're going to do here now. So coming back here, I've got the, weekly content, right? We've got a comment here. We're going to use navigation drop downs. So all the documentation is right there on how to utilize this. And we'll just quickly get this in place. It's really not very difficult, but it does make it possible to get a lot more usable interface going for us. So this all happens back on the layout, underscore layout partial view. So I'll just get that up here. It's in the shared. Okay. All right. So right now, actually, remember we saved a lot by getting rid of 3 of these and just having a common lookup one, right? One thing I wanted to mention, the home, having a link for the home controller, it's overkill. Like it's a duplication because if you click on the big name beside it, it brings you right back there as well. So that's one of the first things I would usually do is get rid of that because we don't need it, right? Okay, but what we're going to do is essentially I'm going to replace that whole block of code with a different one, right? I can leave the, well, let me just see, what do I want? Yeah, I'll take the, from here down to here, and we're going to use that Bootstrap feature. Okay, so what we're doing here is we have a nav link again, right? Yeah, okay, and it contains the word office menu, right? So it's a drop-down toggle, okay? Um, oh, sorry. The first one is just I decided to put patient on its own first, right? Because it's the one you're going to go to most often. So even having it in a drop-down would be a bit of an inconvenience because that's the one that we primarily use. So I decided to have it on its own first. Sorry, jumped ahead of myself. Here are the drop-downs where they start, right? So we have a drop-down toggle, okay, and it is called Office Menu. So that's just a link, okay? It has to have all the proper DS toggle and so on and so forth, BS toggle, I should say. And then we have our nav drop-down, nav bar drop-down. And notice we can have drop-down items, and we can also have, this is neat, a drop-down divider. So these are just classes we apply, right, as we build these various list items in this unordered list. And the actual links inside work the same way. We have our ASP controller, ASP actions, and so on, right? So that just forms this different arrangement, which gives us a nice effect on the screen, giving us drop downs. You know, you can use the dividers as generously as you need to provide, you know, a nice arrangement. So I just have the one here, but you know, you might have a whole section of links that are related to security and then have another divider and other links for create, you know, for some other part or aspect of the application. So I have patients on its own, okay? Or I can come in here, go to doctors, go down to the lookup values, whatever, right? So it's just a quick way to clean up the menu system itself.